Hey everybody, it's Natasha from Mystic Wisdom and Treasures. We are back today for a brand new pick a card reading. For today's reading, we are going to be asking the question to our spirit guides and guardian angels, what is your superpower? Now, before we get started, I would like you to take a few moments to really ground, center yourself, and clear your mind. And call on your spirit guides and guardian angels to guide you to the pile that contains the information for your highest good regarding what is your superpower. So for today's reading, we have three groups of cards. We have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. For the crystals, we have the Amethyst for pile number 1. For group number 2, we have the Aqua Lemurian seed crystal for group number 2. And for group number 3, we have the Rutilated Quartz. If you need more time, you can pause the video until you are ready. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, feel free to check those out as well. I will have a pinned comment down below with timestamps so that you may fast forward to the pile that you're most drawn to when you are ready. And without further ado, let's get started. Hello, pile number 1. For those of you who chose the Amethyst crystal, welcome to your reading. Let's find out from your spirit guides and guardian angels what your superpower is. For your cards today, we have Share Wisdom, Surrender, Sacred Sexuality, Get Creative, we have the Moon, Polarity, Family Harmony, and the King of Wands. So for the first thing that's really coming through to me in this reading, with the Sacred Sexuality, Get Creative, Surrender, and I Share Wisdom, and also the King of Wands. I know that was a lot of cards to point out at once. But what I'm really feeling from looking at these cards is that one of your superpowers, one of your strengths, is that your ability to look at things from a higher perspective. I think that this is also a gift that you share with others. With Share Wisdom, I also feel this too, with both of the two heads of the animals here. So when I'm seeing both of these together here, both of these two animals here, it feels like, because Spirit is showing me, since it is duplicated, this feels like you're really sharing the higher perspective with others. So this is a gift that you also show other people. So with this, I'm feeling like you're somebody who is very wise, who probably has a lot of people come to them for advice. With the Polarity card too, I feel like you're somebody that helps other people through challenging times. And also the Family Harmony card, because the way that this woman guides the child through, and this could not necessarily mean like children and stuff, but what I'm more so getting is just other people in general. I feel like you're somebody that's viewed as very wise to those around you, and somebody who's good at coming up with a plan, good at coming up with solutions with the King of Wands. I feel like, yeah, you're somebody who's very also intelligent with the King of Wands and the Share Wisdom, and also Surrender. We have the roots coming down from this plant and also the tree. And with this, I'm feeling like there's an intellect about you that runs very deep. And I think that's something that you share with others, and others really respect about you and admire about you. And this ability that you have to look at things from a higher perspective, like detaching yourself from a situation in order to find the best route possible to go through. And I think this is something that is a very big strength for you. And I also feel with the moon card, the moon deals a lot with intuition, the unseen, the hidden, and I feel like you're somebody that can look above a situation, even when there's a lot of emotions involved, and really see the core of an issue and see the heart of a matter and really get straight to that, straight to the higher perspective. Again, even if there's a lot of emotions involved, not that you don't feel anything, but it's more so that you just have this strong ability to see through the heart of a matter on something and view it from a higher perspective. You're somebody very smart, very intuitive, and even with the sacred sexuality card, we have a horse here, and this feels like somebody who stands really tall, elegant, strong, and it's like you embody this pillar of strength for other people. And that's something that's very admirable about you. Yeah, with you, you bring so much wisdom, and that really does feel like your superpower. This wisdom that you have, this ability to see things from the higher perspective and find the most the best route possible to go through here. And I feel like, again, this is something that you share with other people. Other people notice your mind. You have a strong, smart, powerful mind, and you're somebody that also is a guide for others. And I feel that with the sacred sexuality and also the family harmony card. I feel like you're somebody that's very helpful and caring, and you can help guide people out of a dark time also. You can kind of pull them out of this state of being, and it's like setting them free, help guide them to that. I feel like you're also somebody that's a very I feel like you're somebody that's an old soul also with the surrender card here. Yeah, somebody that has wisdom that's attained through your many lifetimes, through your many incarnations as well. And I feel like you're somebody that was brought here to share this, and this is highly tied to your one of your divine purposes for being here is to be that beacon of wisdom for other people. And it's like you're helping guide others in the route that you're headed because you see things from that highest perspective. And whether this means from a point of giving people advice and helping them out of tough situations, or whether this is even spiritual knowledge, I feel like you have a very intuitive mind. Not only are you very intellectual and smart, but you also have a lot of wisdom about you. And I feel like you have a lot of wisdom to share. I feel like you are a teacher. If you chose this, I feel for some of you, since this is a general reading, for some of you, you may be really good at teaching and with sharing wisdom. And also the King of Wands, I really do get that. Like, this is your way of leading, and you do so in a way to help guide other people and share what it is that you know and that you have attained, the soul information that you have gathered through your many incarnations. And if it's not necessarily intuitive, I feel like you have a lot of knowledge through experience that you give to other people and insight. Both, I do feel though, both from your intuition and your experiences, I feel that, yeah, you've gained a lot of higher perspective from everything you've been through, both in this incarnation and other incarnations in this lifetime. And you are a guide for others. You have a lot of intuitive wisdom, and that is your superpower. Alright, guys, I hope that you enjoyed your reading. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Hello, group number 2, for those of you who chose the Aqua Aura Lemurian seed crystal. Welcome to your reading. Let's find out from your spirit guides and guardian angels what your superpower is. Have reflect, power, reclaim, get wild. Next we have the High Priestess, courage, sexuality, and the Three of Swords. Okay, so right away when I'm looking at these cards, the energy is that I'm getting from many of you watching this pile is that you are somebody who very much embodies like the symbol of the phoenix, being thrown into the fire, so to speak, into your life and rising from the ashes and becoming greater, becoming somebody very strong, somebody full of fire because of the fire that you were built from, and you used this and transmuted it in the best way possible. There's a really strong sense about this inner fire about you that shines through, and I really feel like that is a strong gift of yours. This is your superpower. I feel like you are definitely somebody, likely if you have chosen this pile, and I feel this with the power, reclaim, and the courage. You are somebody that who has really been through a lot in your life, and I feel like you've been through a lot of painful experiences or challenging experiences, things that really tested the limits for you. And I feel through the fires, through the ashes, you were reborn. And it's like there's this newfound strength. And I feel like this is something that people actually see in your eyes. You very much, like this card says, reclaimed your power. And I feel like you're somebody that inspires other people too. You're somebody very courageous and seen as very courageous. Somebody full of fire. Somebody with a lot of confidence. Yes, I feel like you're somebody that has taken everything that you've been through and transmuted it into like this beautiful flame. I feel like you help other people feel courageous too. I feel like with the Three of Swords here, through everything that you've been through, through the heartache, through the pain, again, you're somebody that really rised out of this. And then it's like because of all that you went through, and that the fact that it did not destroy you, but made you even more graceful, more powerful, more courageous person. I feel like with the High Priestess, it really turned you into somebody that walks with both their light and their shadow in balance. And I feel like this, with the Get Wild Sense card, it's like there is a wild quality about you. I feel that especially with the Reclaim and the Get Wild card here. I feel like you're somebody brimming with passion, brimming with fire, brimming with this deep passion. And I feel like this passion, this fire within you, this balance between the light and the shadow that you have is a superpower for you. And I feel like you do great things. I feel like you're somebody that moves people, gets people to move. I feel like you move people's hearts, you get them moving, you get them into action. I think that this is something that you attained over time too, for many of you, through the experiences that you have. I especially feel like that with the Three of Swords here, and also the Reflect. So with this card, I'm feeling like Yeah, this definitely feels kind of like that polarity again. Like joining forces within yourself and reclaiming, not denying the shadow, but letting it fuel you. I feel like if there were things that hindered you, like within your shadow before that you didn't acknowledge, I feel like being thrown into that, I feel like you came back and you used this as like your superpower, your weapon, your um power for good. I feel like you are somebody that gained a lot of power, somebody that speaks their truth and inspires other people's truths. I feel like you're somebody that really lights the way for others, that ignites the fire in other people because you are so full of that fire. You're not afraid to show this fire. You're not afraid to show that you're not a perfect person. You actually make it beautiful. And people see that as very beautiful, very alluring, very attractive. I feel like you're somebody that's also very magnetic. There's this sense of fire about you. And even though I didn't pull the Empress card, I'm almost feeling like in combination with this and the High Priestess, there's almost this Empress energy about you where it's like you're strongly independent. You know who you are. You stand in your power. You create things. You make things happen. You make things move. Movement is very important here. And when I say movement, I also think of fire. Fire being tied to movement. And I feel like you get people into action too. You teach people that through the flames that they can actually embrace this and embrace some pain too and turn it into their own magnetic superpower just like yours. You are brimming with passion. You are here to inspire people, to move people. I feel like you are like a catalyst of change and getting people moving and rattling the cage, so to speak, and showing people that that is okay. We have with courage, it says, you are safe, fear is an illusion, set strong boundaries. And I feel like this is something you very much embody. I feel like people see you as someone very sure-footed, somebody very courageous, somebody who is almost fearless and not afraid to walk into the fire. And with this power, I'm really feeling like this is your superpower. And it's like you become this, it's like a blend of the fire energy with the High Priestess. It's like this, using this as your power, letting it mold you into almost like this fiery goddess. And you could be male or female. This is just like the image that's coming through in my mind's eye. So take that how it resonates with you. Yeah, somebody that's not afraid to look into the dark. And it's like you almost thrive there in a good way. And you are courageous, you are brave, you are strong. And you show people that it's okay to explore this in themselves too. You're actually encouraging of this, like not afraid to rattle the cage in this way. You are somebody seen as very fearless and fiery and passionate and magnetic. Yes, this that definitely feel like that's your superpower, is not being fearless, not being held back. I feel like you were thrown into the flame and then you thrived there and you became like this larger being in a way, symbolically, that this like fanned the flames. This, you have this wild sense about you, and that's your superpower, is your ability to ignite other people's passions and fires with your own fire. And it's like you create the fire around you in a good way. Yeah, and you're not afraid to speak the truth or see the truth or point out the truth. And you are fearless and bold. All right, that's all I have for you, pile number 2. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Hello, pile number 3, our final pile for those of you who chose the Rutilated Quartz. Hello and welcome to your reading. Let's find out from your spirit guides and guardian angels what your superpower is. We have love, the wildling, excuse me if I pronounced that wrong, release, the weaver. Next we have the empress, we have friendship, breaking free, and the 5 of Wands. So right away, I'm feeling like part of your superpower is this ability that you have to encourage self-love in other people and encourage change in the most positive and beneficial way for them. I feel like you're somebody that helps people jump off of one end to another. I'm sorry if that sounds funny, but I'm trying to think of a good way to word this. It's like they reach the end of one cliff and you help jump them really high onto the next. You encourage them to make the leap, to take risks, to start new and embrace change. I feel that with the love, the wildling, and release. With the Weaver card, very much so, you're somebody that helps other people realize that they have the power within themselves to weave their own reality. And I also think that this is something that you've attained too. And this is something I feel like that was a really big lesson for you. So for some of you that are watching this, since this is a general reading and speaking to some of you, I feel like at one point in your life, Spirit is telling me right now, like, this was the major lesson that you had to learn how to do, and it didn't come easy for you. And with time and gaining this and gaining your freedom and independence and self-love, I feel like you really took this into reflection, and it's something that you now show others, you demonstrate through others because you have attained it yourself. So that's also a reason why you're so passionate about this. And with the friendship card, also with this tells me that you're a very loyal friend. This is somebody that yeah, I feel like one of your superpowers is your friendship. It says, seek out your soul family, surround yourself with positive people, spend more time socializing. So I feel like you, paired with the love card, I feel like you speak words of love to others. You help encourage them. You help build them. I feel like you're somebody that loves to build other people's self-esteem and raise them up. I also feel like you're good at transmuting conflict. I feel like some people with the 5 of Wands, people could be in disagreement, and I feel like it's like you have this magical sense about you where you can come in and it's like you either help people see the best way possible from them if they have toxic people around them, and you help them in a gentle way that's not confrontational to the other people I'm getting, or you're more the person that keeps the harmony. So I feel like either way, maybe this is situational too. Or you help find solutions in the conflict. And I feel like your presence with both of this and the Empress card, your presence has like this magical sense about it. The yellow colors here are really standing out to me for this. So I feel like you have a very powerful presence. You have a giant, like, cheerful charisma about you for many of you. I feel like you brighten the space that you walk into. You're somebody that's very optimistic, and I feel like this rubs off on other people as well. This optimism that you have. I feel this with the Breaking Free card and the Empress and the 5 of Wands. Also the Wildling. this ability to see the best in people and situations, and it's like you turn anything into love, and that's your gift, is this ability to change chaos, to make the best of a bad situation or a negative situation, and really show love. And I feel like you're somebody that's also really good at cheering other people up because of this. So I feel like you're good at helping mending a broken heart for others, especially your friends. I feel like you're a very good friend. You're a very good listener, and you're somebody that wants to raise other people's spirits. Yeah, I feel like with the Empress and the Weaver here, excuse me, the Empress and the Weaver here, I feel like you are somebody that, because you've acquired all this strength within you, and you have this certain charisma and like magical sense about you, you have a strong presence, and you feel the initiative to go in and take action. You're somebody that feels the need, like knows how powerful you are and this gift of yours is, and what you're able to do, and influence. I feel like you're a strong influencer also to other people in a loving way. And I think you do things, look at things from a higher perspective and bigger picture. I mean, bigger picture of love. So how can you go into this situation and express love, like turn things around and make it more loving? And I feel like you change people's minds in this way. You're able to shift people's perspectives in this way. And it's like, you're able to have like this weaving power about you. Definitely. You are the weaver. I feel like you know this, and maybe you don't always tell people directly that you're doing this, but it's like you're doing it for the best good. Yeah, and I feel like you're always set out to liberate people with love. You're somebody that wants to make people feel good. You're somebody that I'm hearing that wants, that it's like your mission to leave people better than you found them. There's a quote, I forget who it's by, that says that. This person says that, and I feel like that's something that you would probably live by. You want to be the person that builds people up, and I feel like this is a superpower that you have, that you definitely do leave people better than you found them. And I feel like if somebody's going through a hard situation, I feel like you're somebody that puts your needs kind of on the back burner, and you shift that to them. Even if you're not feeling the greatest yourself at times, I feel like you have this radiance of positivity and good energy that you just want to make people happy and feel good. And it's like you're being strong, and you give them this kind of strength. And you like, for example, this is just an example that's coming through, so maybe this is for one of you, maybe this has happened to you, where maybe you had a friend that was going through a hard breakup and or some really hard challenging situation, and I feel like you were the person where they've just felt like everything was collapsing around them, and you came to them. I'm feeling with the wildling card, the way that the scissors are going, like about to cut the braid. I feel like you transmute this situation into something bright and hopeful. You get them cheered up and happy to move on and move forward, and like find joy within the change and transformation. And you liberate people. You empower them to know that to see their own strengths, and like that they don't need anybody else to complete them, that they're already whole by themselves. You have this warmth that you radiate about you to other people, and you're so giving. I'm feeling like you are definitely somebody who's very giving, who inspires transformation, and yes, a very warm, loving friend who is very caring. And I feel like you typically put the needs of others above yourself, but there's also the sense that it also makes you feel good too, but just remember to make time for yourself as well. But I feel like you're somebody that's full of a lot of self-love yourself. As I was saying that, Spirit wanted me to say that, like almost correcting me, like, no, they're already full of a lot of self-love, for probably many of you or someone watching this, yeah, you're somebody very bright, very cheerful. You put people in good moods. Yes, there's like this magical sense about you too, and people are really drawn to your energy. I'm also getting that you're somebody that's very creative. You might be very artistic or not afraid to take risks and explore too. You might be somebody that likes to do this with your look as well. And there's a like creative beauty about you also. This magical beauty about you. Alright, that's all I have for you, pile number 3. I hope that you enjoyed your reading. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. I will see you next time.